Yo, what's up,
Yo.
everyone? Merry
What's up, man?
Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. It is that time of year. We made it. We're live, Patrick. It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit.
A little bit.
A
A
little
little
bit.
bit. It's
We
been a
had
little
some.
bit. Just a little bit.
We had some conferences going on. We had some holidays going on. We had some family stuff going on. We had some technical issues going on. That was frustrating. So it's been a little bit, but we are back. But we are back. This is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we are going to close out this year with this stream, and we will be the next stream we will have will be on January 7th. So we got a final one in. We did it.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Wasn't easy.
How you doing?
I'm all right, man. What about you? I'm
Living
all
the
right.
dream. Living the
Tired,
dream.
man. I'm tired. I'm
Tired,
happy all
man.
this travel is over.
Yeah.
Happy all this travel is over.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh,
Back
what
to
did
be
Johnny...
home. But happy to be home.
When do we get the Gynacube Christmas jumper in the merch store? Oh. We'll have to work on that. We'll have to work out. Patrick and I were actually scheming a little bit about something maybe for Sequel Bits coming up in March.
Yeah.
Not a Christmas jumper though, so don't.
No.
Don't,
No. No.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny, you're gonna be out all day with birthday beers. Well, happy birthday, man. Assuming it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So yeah, welcome. So we are going to do a charity stream today. So any super chats go towards the charity. So please participate if you feel so inclined. The charity in question is going to help Ukraine, people in Ukraine that are in need. It's through the UN. So yeah. So I figured that was fitting for this year and what had happened this year. When we were going through which charities we would support, we thought, well, like we want something that's global and we want something that's relevant to what happened. So we're going to support that. As with that, also the It Depends jar. This is the stream, right? So we've been doing It Depends dollar for It Depends all week and or all year, all week. All year. And right now, the total, Kevin put it in the chat earlier, it's $201. And so we will continue that this stream. And then at the end of the stream, we will make a donation to the charity. So amazing. And then Wyatt, thank you for donating. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Love it. All right. So, and Matthew, thank you. Tom, thank you. Very much appreciated. All right. So let's see here. We're going to have an open chat the whole stream because of the charity piece of it. So get your questions in. Q colon is what you need in front of the question. Chatmaster C is standing by to get them queued up. One time is all you need. So please don't spam the question. We have a 3 strikes rule here on Gynacube. If you do spam the question, you will get put in a timeout by one of our lovely moderators or Chatmaster C, who is lovely also, except for Patrick. Patrick won't do it. So awesome. And Chris and Alex, thank you for the donations. Very much appreciated. Paul, good morning, buddy. James, thank you for the donation. Amazing. Chatmaster J is standing by. All right. Jordan is in the house. All right. Getting it along. All right. Yeah. So get the questions in. We're going to get ready to go. Also, while we're here, so shout out to, let's see if this works. I had to reset some things. Excellent. Shout out to all the members of Gynacube. You help us do what we do here on the stream. If you see folks with the green name or the icon next to their name, those are members of Gynacube. So thank you very much for that continued support. It's very much appreciated. If you want to learn more, check out the link on the screen or hit the join button down below. No commitment required. Just thank you for checking it out. And members, you're free to get your questions in the queue. You don't have to wait today. So get them in. All right. What am I missing, Patrick? I feel like I'm missing something. We did the rules. We did members. We did the charity piece.
I don't think you're missing anything.
We got everything? All right.
I think you...
All right. Well, with that, then, let's get to the queue. All right, Matthias coming in. First question. What was the best feature of 2022?
Oh, man. Oh. Field
While you're-
parameters.
Field parameters. Ooh, all right. All right. I'm gonna go with the green accent color myself.
Oh, I'm hanging up. I'm going to be off the call.
No,
Thank
for
you
me,
guys so much.
the feature I've liked just with the customers that I've worked with, the one I appreciate, and these are all recent. I can't even remember what came out earlier in the year. So many things that come out. Yeah, it depends. Absolutely, this is an it depends. So the what else? What came out early in the year? Like on the first half of the year, what came out? What were the big things that came out?
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I can't remember that far back.
Does anyone in chat help me out? What came out in the beginning of the year, the first half of the year? Name something. Name something. Oh, Data Marts. Data Marts came out. That's right. I remember we did that video in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot. And I may say some stuff that didn't
PowerPoint
even come out last year.
embedding.
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
Oh, the
Ooh,
PowerPoint.
that was a good
the
one.
PowerPoint. Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah. What was the Excel
I
thing?
don't know.
What was the Excel thing?
I don't know. Data sets. Did that come out last year with
Maybe.
the data sets in Power BI?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the cross-tenant sharing, like that capability, the in-tenant stuff. That was really
I've
good.
been
That was really
tinkering
good.
with it.
Marco Deck
I want
Studio
this video
3.
on.
Yeah. There you go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the power yeah. So the other thing I really like, just because I had a lot of customers I work with that wanted it, is that optimize item in desktop where you can pause for the direct queries. So that part is really good. Josh said data in space. Yeah. Bravo. AS migration. Nice. All right. Paginated in Pro. Oh, there you go.
Oh, that was big.
All right.
That is big.
Prem Chander said the new panel. Yeah. So many things. So many things. It's so hard. There's so many good things.
Yeah.
And I'm confident, as it is every year. So this is not like a spoiler thing. This is expected. 2023 will have amazing items. What?
Suggested DAX measures.
Yes. I keep forgetting Marco's favorite thing.
I know.
Yes.
That was for Marco.
Yes. All right. Let me get. So we'll do this one real quick, Patrick. This is a Patrick question. Patrick, can you please create a video on the new DAX functions, such as to CSV and to JSON?
You know why I'm hesitant about doing that video? Because now
Please explain.
I spent all my time building a beautiful data model, and then I'm going to show people how to export the data to CSV so they can import it in Excel. That's all I'm doing. I'm creating this CSV or JSON document that they're going to re-import and do some other stuff with.
Yeah.
Let me think about it. Data is king.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
Man, Marco. Just gonna leave that one there. All right.
Yeah.
Data. Hold tight. We'll think about it. We got to come up with a scenario.
Let me think about it, Data.
All right.
Let me think
All right,
about it.
Daryl. This question is it's a good question. Matthew plus one it. Marco kind of chimed in on it as well. Can you please explain the simplifying capacity management with unifying Vive cores change? Patrick, go.
Look at my screen. Look what's up on my screen right now.
I'm not going to go to your screen because I'm going to go to my screen that has it
No.
up as well.
I was reading it. I'm like,
Yes.
okay, go ahead. Yeah, go.
Well, talk. I'm going to go to my screen.
No, I'm not talking because I want to hear what you have to say about this.
All right. So this visual here, I think I actually really like this. I don't know if that's going to work right here. Right? So this right here. So I think that summarizes like what it is doing. And I think it summarizes it very well. In terms of just, I think this goes back, and I think Matthew also commented on it too, and Marco even had, like it's a conversation that we have to have with a lot of customers, right? So it's something that we have to, it's not, I don't know, it's complicated, right? So this is an effort to try and simplify it. Although I think Matthew made the comment of when we try and simplify things, like it kind of changes it up a little bit. So here's the deal. The thing, I commented in the chat earlier that there was something I liked about this, which was something, and Patrick, I see you shaking your head. People can't see you shaking your head, but I see it. one of the things that came up with customers also was this confusion about front end and back end cores. They're like, well, wait, what's the whole point of front end cores? So the back end cores were typically like the AS engine, right? The actual engine that processed those things. Whereas the front end core was used for like the web artifacts and hosting and things of that nature. And so what they're doing is they're saying, look, we're not going to even talk about front end cores or back end cores anymore. Like, you've just got cores, right? And so what we're saying is that you're still, and then they're doubling. So like for a P1, we had 120 seconds of compute. Now we're saying you've got 240 seconds of compute because you've got 8 unified cores now. So it's doubled, right? So that makes sense. And then the end outcome, and I think this is partly where the confusing part comes in, is like, well, you're still consuming 50% of the capacity. So that part didn't change. So I think this is just at least from my perspective, is more about like, how do we at least manage like the numbers? You're going to see the numbers double if you're looking at the premium capacity metrics app. So just be aware of that. Like that's where it is. And so if you see usage, it's in the context of 240 seconds now for P1 instead of 120. I have no idea if that helped. Chat, did that help? I don't know if it did.
No, it didn't. No. How do people? If I'm coming from like AS, right, and I'm trying to estimate what capacity I need, and so I'm using Azure AS or AS on-prem. Is it just like throwing a dart? Okay, I'm gonna use a P3 because I have anyway, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm a Microsoft employee, so
how is that? How is that different before the unified core?
It isn't. It's even more. It's just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. So anyway,
okay,
let's move on. Let's just move on.
Johnny said use a P3.
Yeah, exactly. Said so. Exactly. Just start with a P3. Just start with a P3.
Why start with a
P3?
Up or down. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. It depends.
You know what? I am gonna put $1. It depends. I'm gonna put $2 on that one. So Kevin, we're up to 3. I'm putting $2 on that one.
Oof. Andy, I like Andy's comments. V-cores are simple but not easy. Riffing on Alberto's DAX piece. Yeah. Alex, start with a P5. Don't start with a P3. Go big.
Yeah. I know, man. It's just
Scott. Accessing unified vCores is like the turbo button on my Gateway 2000 PC. I remember that. I had a 486 when I was much younger, and I remember the turbo button on that. It was on the 486 or the 386. I don't remember which one. Anyway.
Okay, Kevin, $4. You're right, Kevin, $4.
Yeah, Paul, I've got some background music going. That's all right. He's on $4 since we started. Yep. All right. So I don't know if that helped, but we're gonna move on. All right, Toma.
I like this question that Noman just posted, but go ahead.
All right, we'll do Toma and then we'll jump to Noma because you liked it. All right. Trying to set up field parameters through Cube. I don't know what that means. Playing with
tablet editor.
Yeah. Okay. Playing with extended properties of fields, group by column option is missing in Tom in Tabular Editor 3.
Set up field params. I don't know. I'm gonna go try to figure out how to do it. I saw that question earlier. I haven't tried, but I'm gonna go try to set up field parameters in Tabular Editor without using the.
Chris brought up a good point.
Thing I'm thinking.
Compatibility level. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and Chris, the Cube data set, a lot of people use that. Yeah, so it might be the wrong compatibility level.
Yeah.
So check that first. Check that first. That's actually happened quite a bit on that, is where the compatibility level's lower than what it should be for those features. Yeah. So
when remember for
Marco said it's compatibility mode, not tables. Yeah, Marco said it's compatibility mode, not just compatibility level.
Okay.
So is that like one of those unsupported things? Is that what he means by compatibility mode?
I'm gonna look. No, I think in Tablet Editor it's called mode.
Okay. Okay.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, do you have it?
I'll figure it out. We'll do a video on this. We'll get it figured out. I wrote it down.
Johnny, back end mode or front end mode? Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so you wanted.
Keep going. We got time. We'll get to it.
We had.
You don't have to skip.
Hang on. All right, I'm gonna do this. This is my Christmas gift to you, Patrick. All right. This is the one, right?
Yeah.
How to manage. All right. So how to manage huge data sets connected with Excel files through folders. It doesn't get incremental refresh in Excel. Please explain if there's any way to do that.
Yeah. There is. What's his name? He works on the data integration team at Microsoft. He works on the Power Query team. Miguel Escobar.
Miguel
Escobar. I think that's his name. He has a blog post out there that shows you how to set up incremental refresh over files. Pat Mahoney also has something, and I actually have a sample that I put together on how to do this. It's in a folder. It's a video folder, and I've yet to record that video, but you can actually do it. So what you need to do is, if you're at the folder level, when you're going to write a little M that constructs what you need to put like something on it that you can identify each folder, and then you write the M so that you can implement incremental refresh over that date. It's kind of a hack a little bit, but I have the code and I'm going to do a video on this. I promise I'm going to do a video on it. And then when you do it, it will actually create partitions, and then you could tell it to only refresh certain folders or certain files based on this little function that you'll create. And I'm sorry I don't have it here to show you right now. I would have to go dig for it, but I have it and I'm going to do a video on it. Yes, you can. You can do this. You can do this. It's just a lot of M. So you need Alex Powers, you need Pat Mahoney, Miguel, and Chris Webb to help me get this done, and Stephanie Bruno. So all 5 of them help me get this done.
And if all of that fails, pull in Matt Mason.
Pull in Matt Mason. There you go. Pull in Matt Mason.
Cool. All right.
I'm sorry I didn't get this video out. I meant to get it out before the end of the year. So sorry. Yeah.
How dare you?
I know.
All right. So Laura's Pat Mahoney. Yeah.
Not Pat Mahoney.
No. Pat Mahoney.
Pat has a great blog post.
He is our homie.
Blog.
He is our homie.
Who's your BI?
Yes.
He has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And he has a blog. And if you're doing stuff with SharePoint, I just have to throw this out. I'm sorry, because I read this article. It's amazing. If you're trying to speed up SharePoint, you should go read Pat's blog. Let me find a link to it.
I got it. I'm gonna be.
You're having some.
Oh, I'm way faster than you.
Okay, I'm done. But Pat shows you how, if you're using SharePoint lists as a source and it's slow, Pat shows you how to make it fast. So you should
the
go
first
check
one
out
is a blog
Pat's
he did for data flows. The second link is a blog he did for the SharePoint list data.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so
right.
I'll stop now.
You good? You good?
Yep, I'm good.
All right.
Good.
All right, Laura coming in with a very important question. What costumes do we have for Sequel Bits party? Patrick, do you even know what the theme is for the party?
I do. D&D.
D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons? Is it Dungeons?
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. You don't even know what D&D is. That does not bode well. So Patrick is actually going to dress up. He loves the classic LARPing video with the wizard going lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. That's Patrick. That's what he's going to do.
What?
Someone in the chat's going to get that reference.
What?
Oh, there Wyatt got it. Wyatt got it. Someone got it. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Yes. So I need to think about it. We got time. We'll figure it out. I may go as Han Solo. I don't know. Well, that's not Dungeons and Dragons, though.
Dungeons. That's not.
Sorry, I got Star Wars on the mind. It's a D&D version of Star Wars.
Hey, it depends. It depends.
We
haven't decided. It depends on how we're feeling. It depends on how we're feeling.
All right, Aaron knew it. Aaron got the lightning bolt thing. That's funny.
My God.
That's funny. We'll figure it out. We'll probably be a wizard of some kind, or some.
Yep.
Matthew will hook us up with swords. We'll figure that out. So
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
he even said in the chat, like, maybe Matthew, maybe we will ask to borrow swords. We'll figure it out. We're good. We're good. All right, Laura, what's your costume? Hey, and whoever just donated the 20 euros, thank you so much. Laura, what are you going as? All right, moving on. Johnny. Let's see here. This is there's a two-parter here. How important is to avoid referential integrity violations? And how do you deal with the unknown member for date dimension? So old school would set it to 1/1900, but unless your date table goes back over 120 years, this will, and it trails off. Sorry.
Yeah. So the first part, Phil C. Mark and I talked about RI violations because I think I did a video on it. How do you find the missing, what's causing those IR violations? And he talked about it and was like, but do I even care about it, Phil? And I maybe we can talk to Marco about this. There's certain optimizations that happen in the AS engine. If you're using complex DAX statements, even if you're using like a switch function or something like that, it may not perform as fast as you possibly can, right? And so it's kind of a black box what's going on in there, but you want to get to close to zero. If you have 0 RI violations, you may see optimal, faster performance. But
I would also say that's going to be an it depends based on the size of your data, right? Because if it's small data, like, who
true.
cares?
That's true statement.
I don't care about that.
True statement.
But the other thing, though, is it could cause blanks or other things where you're like, oh, wait, where's this going? And then potentially incorrect results. So, yeah.
I say this, the cleaner your data, the better. So if you can get rid of those RI violations, just do it.
Marcus said, we keep the date blank instead of using a specific date. The presence of the blank row in the date table is not a big deal. Perf should not be an issue. So, there you go.
Yep.
16 billion rows, Johnny said. So, okay, so that's not small data.
That's not small data.
Not small data.
So try to keep that as clean as possible.
Yeah. All right. This is Alex. How long will it take Patrick to understand how to use the window functions? I will say, before Patrick answers this, and he hates that he missed this meeting. There was a meeting when we were at SQL Pass. We were on campus, and Marco and Alberto were there. I was there. Marius was there. A bunch of people, and they were like whiteboarding the Windows function and how it works. And I'm just texting Patrick. I'm like, "Oh man, I wish you were here. You would love this whole day." And he's so sad that he missed that. So go ahead.
So I did some. I have to say, when I saw it, I was super excited. I was really, really excited because the Windows functions, they've been in SQL forever, in T-SQL, and it was just like, oh, I get it. But then when I tried to use them, I was a little disappointed. Not going to go into all the details of why I was disappointed because I haven't validated these things yet, and it won't take long because I already know how to do them, which is great. Use them, Alex, but I haven't seen, the offset function is amazing, but the window functions, I don't know yet. Give me a little more time before I figure this out. Now, what I will tell you is go to this. I'm going to put this in the chat. Maybe I can.
Should be able to.
Try.
Chris said he'll convert you on this.
Yeah.
Paul,
Jeffrey Wayne.
It depends.
If you don't read this blog post, if you don't read Jeffrey's blog, you should go check out Jeffrey's blog and read. Man, this is amazing. He breaks it down. He explains it. It's a slow read. It's a slow read because he provides some really good examples. But yeah, this is how I understood it pretty quickly. So. Shouldn't take long, Alex.
So the other thing too is these are kind of the foundation for the visual calc pieces that are coming.
Yep.
So that will take advantage of these functions. So,
yeah.
All right, cool. So
look at Alex's comment.
I read the article. My reaction was, "I'm not smart enough." Yeah, I get that every time I read Jeffrey's articles. So Jeffrey was in that meeting too that Patrick missed. So. It's like
Are we saying this?
all the smart people were in that room, and then they let me in as well. So,
Yeah. Are we saying this was a It Depends? Did we say that?
sure.
Okay.
I don't remember.
All right.
All right. So real quick, just highlighting Jitendra put a comment in the post. Patrick, I'm working on traffic data, and your aggregation video completely changed the performance. I trailed off after that. So, but yeah,
All right.
yeah, someone watched your video. That's amazing.
All right. Yes.
Such a good feeling, right? That's good. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for watching also.
Awesome. Yeah,
All
I
right.
do.
All right.
Look what Matthew says. Look what Matthew says.
Videos you need. See? So please
No,
note, he didn't
look
say
what-
it changed performance to make it better. Wait. It got cut off. Like, what was the actual... Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it just said change the performance in the business. Well, wait. I'm making an assumption there,
Is it
Matthew.
good?
It did make it better.
Better?
It absolutely made it better.
Okay.
It totally did. Oh, they want to see the Scott. Scott wants to see the rest of the sweater. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Matthew.
Matthew said, change does not equal improve. Well, no, I'm making. This is my stream. Gosh darn it, and I'm saying it improved it. Done. All right. All right. All right, Chris.
I'm not saying anything. Matthew's got swords. Matthew's got swords.
I
I'm
know.
not saying anything.
Alex, it made the reports lower, but the business more profitable. Nice. Nice. All right. So, Chris, why do measures have a data type? They're not stored data. Shouldn't they only have a formatting property? I never even looked at that. I'm going to make an assumption here that it's just a metadata thing for just how it's stored to represent it. That's my assumption there. I actually don't know, and I think you just stumped Patrick. Good job, Chris.
Well, I mean, because the data type is going to determine how I can.
Well, yeah, because it does
No.
return data, though, right?
Yeah.
Metadata means nothing. Yeah, now I'm curious, Chris. I need to go take a look at that. So, yeah, it's a good question. Food for thought. All right. Let's see here. Paul. Yeah. All right. How can you Patrick's still thinking about that now. How can you get the start and end values of a between slicer, not just what is
I
in
got
the
a video.
data in DAX for use in a measure?
Yeah. Well, but if you think about it, right? If you think
can just
about
do min and max on it, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it returns a table. So the slicers return, they don't return one value. They actually return a list of values. So if you look at it, you get a list of values. And then if you put that in a variable, you can do a min x or a max x over it and iterate over it and get the minimum one and the maximum one. It should do it. It should totally do it for you.
Yeah.
It's in one of my videos. It really is in one of my videos.
Yep. Look at that. I knew that one.
Yeah.
It's nice. All right. Mr. Awesome. Ooh. Anyone else miss
Well, I like
Amanda
that name.
presenting the monthly updates? What is she doing these days? Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Wait a second. I feel that's a question and a slight at the same time.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The last 4 videos or 5, we've done them, and so
I totally agree,
is there
though.
a problem?
I miss Amanda doing it as well. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
So
you're right.
Patrick
You're right.
did 2,
You're
and then I
right.
did the last 2. So, yeah, Amanda was
No,
great.
you're right.
So she's still
Amanda's
around.
great. Yeah.
Amanda's still around.
Yeah.
She's just kind of
Yeah.
changed focus on some things, and they're letting other people get a chance, I guess. I don't know.
No, yeah.
So
No. You're right. You're right. She should never stop doing it.
You know what?
I'm
gonna talk to her about that. I don't know why she doesn't still do it. If anything, hey, maybe I can get her. We'll get her to come back for one of them, just as like a hey, shout out for nostalgia sake.
What's his name? Who asked the question about the minute? Paul.
Mr.
Paul.
Oh, Paul.
I'm writing it down
For the metadata. Yeah.
And I'll write a little DAX and I'll post it somewhere on Twitter or somewhere to show you how to get the Minimax.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at Will. Look at Will. Look at Will. Look what Will said. And I'm going to say something after you bring up Will's comment.
All right. Well, she's a manager now. Can't be spending time doing things like, wait, I'm a manager.
Pause. Yes.
What does that mean? I did the last two. What? I'm so confused. Now I feel there's two slights on there. Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Oh my gosh.
That's
All
great.
Right. Anyway. Chris said confirmed. Managers don't actually do things. Well, oh my gosh. That is horrible. All right. Moving on. Alex. Let's see here. Will user principal. I'm moving on from that one. Managers. I'm a people person. All right. Sorry, Alex. Will user principal name or username ever be able to filter a dashboard without using RLS? Would be so great having. You can use that function in a regular DAX measure and it'll return the value, and you could use that as a filter. Like, there's no reason why you can't use that.
But I think he wants it to apply to RLS though. I think he wants to. I think Alex. I think Alex wants to. I don't know how to explain it, but I think I get what he's saying.
I don't get what he's saying. I'm like, it returns a value, and you can use that as a filter in regular DAX statements. You can use it in RLS as well. So I don't understand the question. Be able to filter a dashboard without using
data,
RLS.
If you have a table that has email address in it, right? And it should just automatically say, hey, Patrick signed in. Here's go and do it. And then I don't have to not set up RLS.
You can do that.
Power BI. No. It should detect it for you. Automatically detect it. Yeah.
All right. You could do it with DAX. You could filter on that.
Yeah.
So that can be done.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So, yeah. I guess Alex, for that, I would say ideas.powerbi.com. Like,
yeah.
Maybe more detail also in terms of what the goal is of what you're trying to do.
Oh, wait. Are they actually talking about dashboards? We're making an assumption he's talking about a report. Is he actually talking about a dashboard?
Maybe.
A real Power BI dashboard.
I know.
Yeah, I'm confused now.
Well, you can't really filter dashboards at all. Maybe that's the point. So maybe the broader question there is, look, I want to be able to filter dashboards.
Yeah. I think that's what he's asking.
Okay.
I think we just assume it was a report.
Yeah. I always assume dashboard means report. Because 99% of the time, that's what it means. So if you actually mean you want to filter an actual dashboard without using RLS, that is not in the roadmap. Yeah,
I think
as far as I'm aware.
What Alex is talking about.
All right, that question makes more sense in that context.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you can do that in a report. I don't get it. Use some DAX. Okay.
Yes. Scott was like, oh, is he really talking about a dashboard?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
All right.
Maybe.
All right. Let's see here. Jason Campbell.
That's good. That
slowed
everything down right there.
When using direct query in the service, that was another thing that trailed off. I need to increase the number of characters on that. When using direct query in the service, is a separate connection to SQL Server created for each open instance of the report, since the data set isn't cached. So there's going to be a level of connection pooling that happens. So it's not the way connection pooling works is we're not going to use every query doesn't get its own connection. And every report may not get its own connection. It may be a pool. Some of that, it depends on what's being done. Because I think RLS is going to affect that as well. Chris Jones, thank you for the donation. But in general, from a general perspective, connection pooling will be there and will be utilized for optimizing those kind of things. So then that's all based on the connection string. So as long as the connection string is the same, that's where RLS can sometimes affect some of that as well. Yep.
It's going to depend on the source, though, also, right?
Maybe. Well, definitely. As long as connection pooling is enabled.
Right.
So
right. That's what I'm.
But at that point, it's not about the report. It's about the queries. So it has nothing to do with the report.
But I send the query. If I send the query, a connection has to be made to run the query, and if once Power BI, this is a big conversation. Anyway, big conversation.
Yeah. It's connection pooling. So
no, I get that
whether or
part.
not that's enabled or not. So right. Paul, thank you for the donation. All right, let's see here. Jarrell, we got there's 3 items here. I think it's a 3-parter. So we'll see. Sorry. Jason had a follow-up there real quick. So this was the part that got cut off. So he says, in other words, if one report is opened by 10 users, it is 10 connections or 1. Could be neither one of those. It depends on the connection pooling, right? So, and it also depends on how fast the queries are returned and how many connections it needs. And also what the limits are in the connection pool in terms of how many total connections we even spin up for that. So it's not going to be a 1-for-1. That's probably certain. But it could be 2 connections. It could be 3. It could be 4. I don't know. That's where the it depends comes in. And that's how connection pool. So if a query goes, if a connection doesn't exist in the pool, it will create a connection to use that. When that query completes, it puts that connection back in the query pool or in the connection pool.
Sure.
So the next query that comes in, it can pick up an existing connection from the pool. So each connection in the pool is a hard connection to the source. So, yeah. So it depends.
There's so many factors there.
It depends.
There's so many factors there. There's so many things.
Yeah, so Kevin, it's about how many queries also. So like how many are going at the same time, and then some, depending if we don't have enough connections, and if we cap the number of connections in the pool, now you're queued and you got to wait. So like there's all sorts of stuff there.
I like what Matthew said.
Meat, it's complicated, which is, it depends, big brother. Yes. And we will then circle back to the unified V-cores. All right. Jarrell.
That's right, Alex. How much time you got?
How much time? We'll make this whole stream about connection pooling. I'm ready. I'm game. Let's do it.
We got to break out a profile, a fiddler. We got to do a dump.
No, I'm going to bust out the Windows debugger. We're going to go look at that from a memory dump perspective. I'll show you. I'll show you the connection pool.
All these things to figure out. Yeah.
Guys in the connection pool.
Guys. Right. Matthew is on today, man. Matthew is on today.
That's because he's on vacation. He's in a good mood. It's been a rough 2 months. I get it. It's time to have fun. All right. Jarrell, 3 parts about paginated reports in Power BI reports. 1, in paginated reports, can you have a user choose which column the report contains?
Yes.
No. It depends.
You can
How?
make it. You can make it. It's, man, When I was a consultant, you can do it.
Well, sure, through parameters and
query. Yes.
Yes. So depending on how you code it, it's not there by default though. It's not there by default.
It depends.
It depends. All right.
Yeah.
And then
Johnny just said it.
I
You
know.
can hide and
I
show
know.
with
Yeah,
parameters, right?
code. You can do anything with code,
Yes.
or
yes.
in paginated perspective with expressions.
Okay, let me write this one down.
All right.
Show,
So part two. This is the three-parter. So here's the second part. For the page rep and PBI, should you use the Power BI report service as a data source or create a duplicate SQL if the data started in SQL? I don't. So if you have a paginated report in Power BI, should you use Power BI report server as the data source? No, that's a horrible idea. Or create a duplicate SQL if the data started in SQL.
If I create a data set, if I have a data set, I'm doing some assumptions. So the Power BI service hosts the data set. If there's a data set already out there, can I use that as a source for paginated reports? Is that what you're asking? No. Okay.
I don't.
See what Thomas said. Just use a shared data set. Just use a shared data set
in the service.
Yes.
Yes.
If the data set is already there, use the data set.
And then the data set goes to SQL.
Why would you go to SQL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have the data set go to SQL
and then use that data set.
Point the paginated reports to the data set. Yes.
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 Okay. Cool. All right. Part three.
It just required some interpretation.
Yeah. It's all right. Part three. Would you recommend paginated reports for allowing the public to download extremely large, wide, long tables? Yes. Definitely do. Well, definitely. First off, why do they need to download that? So it depends.
It depends.
Wow, I got a lot of it depends today.
I'm doing this intentionally. I don't know if you know this. I'm doing this intentionally.
Yeah. But yeah. So Fernando, that's my point. Like, why would you do that? Like, why?
But can I make paginated reports public?
Oh no. Oh, that's a good point. Ooh, look at Patrick bringing the. You bringing logic into this.
I'm asking for.
Jeez. What the?
I'm asking for a friend.
Okay, so there's that part also, but also in terms of exporting. So technically you could embed paginated reports, right? We can embed those?
Man, why do you want to let it? So, Jarrell, I'm curious, right? Why do we want to? Why we want to let people download large volumes of data? What I would do, I wouldn't use pag. I would write a process.
I would say I would absolutely use paginated reports before using the Power BI interactive reports for that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
100%. We agree. Yeah.
But why would you even do that to begin? Like, what's the real business need for doing that? And can you maybe do so? Yeah. I mean, I know the answer is.
I'm sure there's a need, right?
I know the answer is because they want it in Excel. Like, that's the answer.
Yeah, I get it. It's great. And I just don't know if you can make paginated reports public. If you can, I would use a paginated report.
So I saw Will asking about the total for the jar. We actually said it at the beginning of the stream, Will. Kevin, can you retell the total? Total, not just today's total.
211, right?
It's 211 now. And then Kevin also dropped the report where you're tracking all that. That was... It's okay, Will. You're forgiven. All right. Let's keep going. You're just getting the dollars ready, aren't you? All right. Let's see here. There's 3 different...
Oh, Kevin can't drop links.
Oh, shoot. All right, Kevin.
Oh, look at Mr. Finland.
Kevin, you are being elevated. Wait, how do I do that? There we go.
Mr. Finland.
Give it a try now, Kevin. Go for it. Hey, Mr. Finland. Hello, Mr. Finland. Oh.
Yeah.
Chris Jones, I want to drop links.
Yeah, it's Jarrell saying because it is Excel and it has to be a process. Of course it's Excel. He's right.
Of course it's Excel.
Right, of course. And so you have to write a process. And if you can make paginated public, or if you can use like the B2B or something like that to give people access, I would totally go paginated. I would just go paginated.
There you go.
Chris Finland's here, so that'll make him happy, even though he's doesn't do Power BI anymore.
Yeah. All right. Tom, coming in, two-parter. My industry requires the ability to create CSV files consisting of more rows than Power BI will export. In a 150 column wide. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm having trouble with paginated reports because of the number of parameters. Will 2CSV solve this problem? Definitely. Well, so will the 2CSV solve this problem? Absolutely not. No. No.
It depends. It depends.
Well, so there's layers here. So we need to, and to clarify, the 2CSV solve this problem. That is not an it depends. That part's not an it depends. Okay, so you're trying to export a lot of rows, and you have 150 columns, which is okay. And then you're saying that it's having trouble with paginated because there's the number of parameters. How many parameters are there? Like, do we have like 100 parameters, or like one for each column? Or to me, this sounds really overcomplicated, and I would go back and understand what the goal is that you're trying to accomplish. What does the business need? And figure out where can we tune this. So 20. There's 20 parameters. There's 20. Okay. Yeah, and then so Johnny, like what? So it sounds like we're trying to use a paginated report as an extraction tool for data.
Yeah.
Is there a better way to accomplish that for the business outside of just using a paginated report? I would go down that road. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Paul. Yes. Get Power BI for that. You're trying to use the tool that you know, and I get that, but there's probably a better approach for that that would accomplish that goal if they need data extraction.
But I think the challenge is not just the extraction, is that they have to set the filters. And it's the same thing that Jarrell was talking about in his question is, hey, we gotta extract. And like I thought about Azure Data Factory, like Thomas is saying, but how do they control, what they're filtering before they do the extraction?
Yeah, but could we have a data set that has all this data?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can put that in Excel, connect that to the data set, and then have some slicers there.
No, I get what you're saying.
There's other ways to do this where they can still get that data and interact with that data and filter that data, and then have it in Excel if that's the end goal.
But you're right.
No, like analyze in Excel, like an Excel connected to a data set. Like do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the goals are for what you're trying to accomplish and what they're doing with the end goal or with the end result of it. But like that's what I would start.
Kerry, I think Excel's limit is 1 million.
It's a million rows.
1 million rows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Kerry.
I don't know.
I'm no Excel expert.
So it wasn't mentioned how many rows there are. So I don't know.
Yep. Dump it all to the data lake. Dump it to the lake house.
Parquet the whole thing.
Parquet the whole thing.
Parquet it. Okay. All right. Moving on. Let's see here. Chris. How do you use the usage metrics report generated when you right click on a report in the service? It's a month out of date.
Huh.
And I can't see its data set or refresh. Ooh. Yes.
Show them how to see the data set.
Hang on.
Yeah.
You went immediately to that also, didn't you? I don't know if I have a. Hang on. Let's go.
Let me see.
I gotta get
I'll
this.
go to mine.
No, I got it.
I'll go to mine too.
I got it. So we go. All right, we're going over to my machine. I know this one. All right, so if we go to open usage metrics. Yeah, schedule refresh. Yeah. Okay, so I've got the usage metrics in my AdventureWorks workspace. So now what you can do is if you go to settings, not settings there.
But wait, Adam, how did you get there to see that data set?
Why I haven't showed the data set yet.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was about to do.
Okay, all right.
So if I remember, I'm trying to remember where it is. Yeah, here. So if I just go to the gear up top and go to settings, and then you go to data sets, then I can see a bunch of data sets here, and then I'll see usage metrics report, right? So you're not going to see it in the workspace directly, but you can see it if you go to the gear and then go to settings and then data sets there, you will see it, right? And then you can come in here and do things. So
do things to it.
Do things. Yeah. Yep. And I think schedule refresh, not even part of that. Yeah. Not exactly sure what you can do with this, but because I don't see a way to like actually force the refresh. But that's the only. This is yeah. You'll see refresh history, but that's it.
Yeah. But you can, and you know what? You can't even delete it. You got to use PowerShell to delete it.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a, yeah. Hey, I can give feedback. All right. But that's where you'll see the data set.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Cool. Let's go. Mr. Mark. Question from Saturday Morning Learning. Could you please touch on the duplicate reference topic from PASS? So Patrick mentioned this at PASS. And what the main considerations are on processing and efficiency. So like why using duplicate versus reference. So Patrick, I mentioned to you, like maybe go back to that and do a video just explaining. This came up from the Twitter comment that Mark put out there as well.
Man, you know I'm mature. I don't remember anything that happened that passed. When you get to the level of maturity that I'm at, things tend to.
Mark, I will. We will get a video out. I will.
Okay.
I will get Patrick on this. So we will do. Maybe we'll bring in Alex for that. That's a good Alex video. We'll do it.
Power query duplicate reference. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I got to think about that one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Duplicate reference. Okay. Sorry.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna get a video on that, Mark. We'll get it done. January. Not December. Not December. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to William.
I do, Matthew. I do.
Yes. All right. Have you all done any videos on Power BI and Azure DevOps? No.
Nope. Daniel Otteker has a great blog post on how to do it, series of blogs on how to do it using Tabular Editor and Azure DevOps. So Johnny says he has. So maybe Johnny's got some information on it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Johnny. Yeah.
What? All right, Johnny.
I got to find his blog.
Johnny, drop a link in the chat.
Can he drop a link? Can Johnny drop a link?
He can now. Look at that. I'm just handing him out like candy. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Johnny's got it.
Now, I will tell you right now, I don't have a plan for doing it. If anyone does it, it's going to be this guy. I don't have a plan right now for doing it, so stay tuned. We'll try and work them in. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I want to make sure. Fernando, how do you implement deployment pipelines with a split data set and thin report? 3 environments for each. So, what do you mean by a split data set? So,
the data set's going to be it's a shared data set.
Oh, there's an issue with that with deployment pipelines.
Yep,
if I remember correctly.
It's the security. Yeah. It's the security, right?
Well, but even when you publish it to it has an issue like when you go from dev to test to prod. If I remember correctly. Because you can't, it doesn't, when it's referenced outside of it has to be in the workspace.
So you can't do it?
I thought there was a problem with it. Oh, Johnny says you get environment binding now.
Yeah.
I got to go back and look at that.
We talked about this with
oh, okay. They fixed it. Okay. I got to go back and look at it. Ooh. Maybe I'll do a video.
This is just becoming too big of a product for us to know everything about all this.
Well, no, but that's fine. I don't. So Fernando, I want more details on what your scenario actually is. So I don't know if you can shoot me an email on it or something. We can look at. Maybe we'll do a video follow up on it.
I think he has a data set in one workspace. His reports in another workspace.
Yeah, which one has the
maybe they're
deployment
all in
pipeline?
I like how
Don't be distracted. So
Yeah.
so for deployment pipelines, you're gonna have dev test prod. So there's three workspaces,
Yeah.
but they're in that, and you progress from one to the other, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, when you say split data set, does that mean the data set is outside of that deployment pipeline?
Oh, is it in those? Is it?
Because
in
if
the
it's in
pipeline?
it, it's
Right.
just that data set will be represented in all three, and it'll rebind as
yeah.
you move forward.
Right.
But if it's outside of that deployment pipeline, because I remember Heidi was telling me something about that, where it's like there's a problem there. Yeah, so the data set is in workspace, and the thin reports are in another workspace. So they're separated. So they're not in the same
Yeah.
deployment pipeline, and that's where I thought there was a problem there. Like there was an issue when you tried to do that, when you tried to reference a data set outside of the deployment pipeline. And tried to use that. So I'll take an action on that. I need to go look at it and verify what the scenario is. I understand the scenario, so I'll look at it and see if that is still an issue or what. So okay.
Johnny and Kevin say they think it works.
Yeah. Yeah. I trust that. I haven't tried it, so I remember. So at PASS though, I believe Heidi was telling me that there was I thought I remember a conversation with Heidi where she was bringing it up too. So
All right.
okay,
All right.
so I know we're getting close. So real quick, Kevin, what is the total right now? I want to make sure we get some time to talk about that.
I want one more question.
You want one more question? Which
I
question?
want a few more questions.
What? We don't have a lot of time.
Okay.
So there is one thing that we have to do, Patrick, for Scott. You need to look up. Look up, buddy. All right. So I showed off my sweater, so you need to. Yeah, there you go.
I can't get this tall. It says Navidad, Feliz Navidad at the
Oh,
bottom.
that wasn't what I wanted. That wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas.
There
Feliz
you go.
Navidad.
Show it a little more. You're full screen, buddy.
I can't.
No, I know, but
I can't
was-
show it.
All right. There's a dog there.
I can't show the
a
Navidad
dog.
at the bottom. It's way down there.
Okay.
I can't get down there.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see here.
Yes, Matthew. So sorry, Matthew. Sorry about the noise, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Patrick's a noisy guy. Okay. And another anonymous donation. Thank you so much. All right. So where was Kevin said 212. Okay. So let's do.
Wait, we're not done yet. We're not done. It's going to be higher than that.
Okay. Explain.
Okay.
Explain.
Do we have more questions? Do we have more questions?
We do. We got 3 minutes. I'm trying to wrap things up here. We can do one more question. Do you have a question
let's do one more
specifically
question.
on?
Nope. Just pick one. Just
All
pick
right.
one.
All right. Javier, I saw it. We're going to go here. Any plans to enable the dynamic M parameters to be passed also to a data set connected using direct query? I'm referring to composite models.
It depends. And so I went out and got some cash. And so
doesn't
it depends.
What?
It depends. There's $58 right here. I'm putting it all in the It Depends jar.
Oh my
It
gosh.
depends. There we go.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
There you go.
So Javier, I'm not aware of.
58.
I'm not aware of anything on the roadmap. That's not an. It depends. I'm not aware of anything right now on the roadmap for that. So
There you go.
Yes.
Add 58 to that, Kevin. 213, 58. What is it?
gosh.
271.
Oh my
271.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
There you go. There you go. That's it. Depend
all
that.
right.
That's right, Matthew. Depend that.
Wow. It was
212,
212 plus
212
58.
All right.
Okay.
270.
All right.
270.
All right. So let's get this done, and then I got a few wrap up things. So let's do. We're gonna do. Come on. Let's see if this works. Yes. Yes. All right. There we go. All right. So Gynacube has officially donated to the stream for the donation, including it is inclusive of all of the It Depends contributions. And so thank you everyone for participating throughout the year. We've had a great year and appreciate everyone watching and being with us and putting up with our issues and family stuff and everything else. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So a couple of shout outs also. So thank you to Jordan, who's practicing being Chatmaster C today and learning how to do it. So she did awesome today. And then also shout out to Matthew this year for helping out, and Alex Powers as well. So I just really appreciate both of you being consistent helpers on the stream, even though it's your own time, you've volunteered, and then just other folks from the cat team and the product team being here. So Will, you've been consistent. Chris Finland, you've been consistent as well. So I see Chris Hamill here, Jason's here. I know Scott Sewell's usually here. He's here today, right? Scott's here.
I think he's here.
Casper's here occasionally. So lots of folks from the cat team. I just love the community. I love everyone here and just all the support. I love the learning and
Marco.
helping.
And Marco.
And Marco also. Yeah, Marco. Absolutely.
And Kevin, thanks
so
for
many
keeping
people.
track
And Kevin keeping track for
please. Thank you
for
so
the
much.
links and the money. We will continue the It Depends Fund next year as well. We will continue that. And Matthias always coming in most of the time with the first question. Say like 99% of the time with the first question. So just so many people.
Everyone though. It's everyone. It's been a great
and
year.
all the listeners. Absolutely. Even those that don't participate in the chat and you lurk because you just want to learn things. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah.
Any closing words, Patrick?
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Whatever it is you celebrate. Take some time off.
Yes.
I'm going to take a few days off here, a little bit. And we'll see you all at Bits. Everybody that's going to
We'll
Bits,
see you at
I can't
Bits
wait. We'll see
in
you there.
person.
Yeah.
And then our next live stream will be January 7th. So mark that down.
Boom.
Yeah, learning lurkers. I like that, Paul. All right, everyone. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Just best wishes and Happy New Year as well. Stay safe, everyone.
Yep.